Kick the red, double move on the red. How you doing? King Dingbat here, and welcome to Philly 500's Top 5 Wide Receivers for the Draft. In this video, I'm going to tell you who I personally think is the top 5 best wide receivers coming out in this draft class. I will also give you one sleeper pick at the end, so it's 5 plus 1. I'll give you the top 5 plus my biggest sleeper at wide receiver who I like. So this video may not exactly go with what every scout and everybody else thinks, but this is just my personal opinion, and I'm going to give it to you. So without further ado, here we go with number 5.
Second down and 13 for the Tigers. Hetling under center. Chark in motion. Here's the jet sweep far side. Nice move by Chark. Gets around the edge. 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Tigers. DJ Chark had the runway cleared and a gain of 20 on the score. Snap, 2nd and 9. Hetling airs it out near side. Got a man, Chark open. Caught at the 8-yard line. He's to the 5. He's into the...
Okay, so the 5th wide receiver on my list is DJ Chark. Now, DJ Chark stands at 6'3", 200 pounds. He ran a 4.34 at the 40. And look, I don't know what it is about these LSU receivers, but they always seem to be better in the pros to me. And maybe that's just, maybe I'm just getting confused, but that's what I remember. They always seem to be better in the pros than in college. And look, they come from a real run-heavy type offense, and I think this kid has pure physical ability, and if he can go to the right coaching staff who can teach him how to run routes right, how to do the small things, I think this kid has a potential to be a #1 wide receiver. I think he'll go probably in the 2nd round somewhere. He also can return punts, and I think this kid is a great, great draft pick for any team.
Beautiful kick from Colin Brewer. Pushes Chark back to the 35. Got another chance for a big one. Chark makes a man miss. Makes 2 of them miss. DJ Chark taking it down the numbers. And he's going to take it into the end zone. A 65-yard punt return touchdown. Go to the air again. Looking for Christian Kirk.
Now, at number 4, we have Christian Kirk. Now, he stands 5'10", 200 pounds. He ran a 4.47 at the 40. But what I like about this kid is not only can he play wide receiver, he's a good special teams player. And you can see that in these highlights right here. The other thing I like about this kid is I think he's mentally tough. And I think that he's an overall really good player. I think he does a lot of things well. He doesn't necessarily have like super explosiveness or that kind of thing. But overall, he does a lot of things well, and I think he has a pretty big ceiling. And I think that whoever gets him, I see him making an immediate impact on special teams.
He might go! Wow! Touchdown! Try again. Stay clean in the pocket, gets it deep downfield to Christian Kirk. He slips away. Courtland Sutton, 6-0 SMU, 35-yard strike.
Okay, at number 3, we got Courtland Sutton. Now, Courtland Sutton from SMU is a big wide receiver. At 6'3", 218 pounds, he ran a 4.54 at his 40 during the combine. I like this kid a lot. I think he's one of those wide receivers who, he may not have the blazing speed, that kind of thing, but he has such a great ability to go up and get the ball, fight for the ball in traffic, that kind of thing, like a Alshon, a Des Bryant. I think that this kid has a high ceiling and could really, really be a good player in this league.
Davis wants it. Sutton in the corner, jumping. Touchdown.
Courtland Sutton, again, outbodies Darrell Williams.
Against them. Well, and on the year, they just dominated in the 4th quarter. There's a big hole right through the middle. DJ Moore. Just when I brag about
So sitting at number 2 is a wide receiver that I would like to get over any other wide receiver in the draft for the Eagles if I had a choice. And that is DJ Moore. DJ Moore from Maryland sits at 6 foot, 210 pounds. He ran a 4.42 in the 40. Now, what I love about this kid, is he's explosive. He is explosive, especially after the catch. He breaks a lot of tackles, and he can make plays after the catch. I think this kid is going to be a really good player. He reminds me a lot of Stephon Diggs, who was also from Maryland, by the way. But I think this kid, who is from Philly himself, would be a great fit for the Eagles. Now, I don't know if he's going to be there when they pick, because I got a feeling he's going to go mid-first round. But DJ Moore, perhaps the guy that I'm most excited to see, if he can fall to the Eagles.
Makes the play to Moore. Touchdown.
Okay, so that leaves us with the number 1 wide receiver prospect in this draft. Now, this is not a surprise to anybody. Calvin Ridley of Alabama is the number 1 wide receiver prospect. He stands at 6 foot, 189 pounds, and he ran a 4.43 at the combine. When you look at this kid, you can see a guy who is ready to play in the NFL right now. He looks more ready than anybody else coming out of the draft, in my opinion. Everything he does seems to be easy. He has great speed. He has great all over the field ability. So there you have it, my top 5 wide receivers in this draft. Okay, that's my top 5. I'm sticking to it, but now I want to give you something else. I want to give you a bonus. I want to give you my biggest sleeper at wide receiver. Okay, I want to give you the guy that I think at wide receiver is the biggest sleeper in this whole draft. Okay, and I might have to do a video on just him later on, because I'm just so impressed. Every time I watch him, I just see talent spewing out of him. Okay, and that is, I'm going to try to get it right, Equanimous. Hey, did I say it right? I think I might have said it right. Hey, Equanimous St. Brown, otherwise known as EQ, from Notre Dame. He stands at 6'5", 214 pounds, and he ran a 4.48 at the combine. Okay, now when I watch this kid, okay, a very smart kid, speaks different languages, had a 4.0. I see good things. When you go through his stuff, he's always seemed like he's open. You know what I mean? He's always open. And if Notre Dame had a better quarterback, I think he would have bigger numbers. But what I like about this kid is I see a kid who's big, that could go up for the ball. I see a kid that can catch the ball and turn it 80 yards downfield. He can break away, he can get separation, he can go up, and he's great at the catch. I think this kid is a sleeper just waiting to be picked up. That's why if you told me, let's say the Eagles traded back and then took him like in a 3rd round, got an extra 3rd round pick and somehow took him, I would be thrilled. Because I think this kid is a volcano waiting to erupt. So this is my sleeper, and that's how I kind of see it. Okay, so that's my top 5 wide receivers in this draft class. My next video will be running backs. I'm going to do a top 5, and that'll be out sometime this week. And I look forward to showing you that. So with that said, I hope everybody has a great day. Take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.